Hello and welcome to WITM the Prequel, Chapter 2, Episode 4. At the end of Episode 3, we learned that the now former WITM Cruiserweight Champion Austin Rage would be receiving a WWE tryout match on an episode of NXT. That match will be the match that kicks off episode number 4, with the former WITM Cruiserweight Champion Austin Rage taking on, at this point in time, one half of hashtag DIY and also considered a cruiserweight, so that's why I chose him, Johnny Gargano. Let's get that WWE tryout match for Austin Rage underway, see if he can earn himself a WWE contract.
His opponent from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
There's the bell. Austin Rage's WWE tryout match, which is at this point a new superstar NXT and one half of the tag team hashtag DIY, alongside Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, who had at this point in time recently competed in the Cruiserweight Classic that would go on to be won by TJP. Will Austin Rage be able to defeat him, or at least put up a good performance against him and earn himself a WWE contract? Austin Rage, the only second WITM Cruiserweight Champion, his reign would be short as he would be defeated at the end of episode 3 by Boston Gibney, but during that time as Cruiserweight Champion and leading up to it, did do enough to impress Triple H and earn himself this huge opportunity here tonight. Of course, we know that in the future, Austin Rage goes on to compete on 205 Live as part of the Cruiserweight division, where he is hoping to dethrone Andrew as the face of 205 Live. And will he be competing in NXT in the future now that NXT has a partnership with 205 Live?
You're going to absorb some punishment in wrestling. It just goes along with the territory.
Gargano targets the arm of Austin Rage.
He's all that concerned at this point.
Now Rage forced up to his feet.
And there's a speed.
A huge clothesline by Rage. And there's a stomp to the chest. And now a stomp to the back.
Up and knee drop.
Double knees to the chest of Gargano. Rage is going to make quick work of Gargano, but he powers out immediately.
Right there. That's all right, Cole.
Now kick to the back. Gargano forced into his heated position, and Gargano was able to reverse with an elbow strike. Gargano went for a clothesline, but Rage, with great awareness, tripping the legs and forcing Gargano against those middle ropes. This Rage will take advantage of. Now Rage wants to take flight. Diving elbow drop connects. Definitely showing some good agility and high flying maneuvers. There's the sling blade signature maneuver of Austin Rage. Is Rage about to score a huge victory over an NXT superstar in his tryout matchup? Great positioning for the cover, center ring, and Rage clearly secures a victory over NXT superstar Johnny Gargano. He's able to power out at 2. There's a knee to the hip. Gargano forced on his back. Rage looking strong early on in this tryout matchup. There's a stomp to the elbow. Gargano forced to his feet. Rage coming in with a flurry of strikes. Gargano responding with his own. There's an Irish whip into the corner.
Big shadow. Gargano set them up.
Rage sent head first into that middle turnbuckle.
That might just be the final.
Stomp to the arm.
Oh, it's over.
Submission locked in, but Rage is able to, I believe, get a rope break there. Now Gargano drags Rage closer to center ring and goes for a cover.
That should do it right there. 1, 2.
And Rage is able to power out at 2.
Just power out.
Another near fall, and now it's Gargano showing a little bit of frustration, wondering why he cannot put away a rookie such as Austin Rage. And now Austin Rage is going to be busted open here in his tryout match. He's going to be dumped on the outside. And Gargano telling the hopeful Austin Rage to bring it, as he will now head to the outside after him. There's Rage with a huge neck breaker on that thinly padded mat outside the ring. Now Gargano forced to his feet.
Gets out of the way of that one.
Reversal by Gargano. Rage is able to avoid the roundhouse, but there's a reversal by Gargano. And Gargano looking to bring this match back inside the ring, where he'll be joined by Austin Rage, who has Gargano in fireman's carry position and plunges him into the knee. Rage is going to take a moment to recover here, as Gargano, with the help of the ropes, is going to get back to his feet. Rage next with the sit-up powerbomb. We've seen that move win matches before, but he looks not to go for the cover this time around. So he's going to drag Gargano closer to center ring and now go for the cover. And again, Rage in shock that that was not enough to put away Johnny Gargano and likely earn himself a WWE contract. Gargano reverses with an uppercut to that bloody head of Rage. Irish whip into the corner. And again, Rage sent crashing head first into the turnbuckle. And Gargano goes for cover. Rage powers out at 2. We have a great matchup on our hands here between Gargano and the upstart Austin Rage, looking to earn himself a contract here tonight. There's a kick to the chest. And a huge swinging neck breaker by Gargano. He's trying to get to the support of the NXT universe, but Rage is able to evade the super kick. There's a belly-to-belly suplex, and now Rage hoping to gain some new fans here in front of the NXT universe. He hopes to be wrestling in front of soon. There's a leg drop. And now Rage going for a comeback sequence. This will score him a free sling if it is successful, and it is.
Right off his feet. And if he hits this
Now Rage again looking for that sit-out powerbomb, and that will connect, and this time Rage will go for the cover immediately. And he has defeated NXT superstar Johnny Gargano. Has that been enough to impress Triple H and earn himself a WWE contract? We find out shortly.
Let's take another look. Check him out here. He's getting after it here.
here is your winner, Austin Rage.
You're looking at the winner of this one-on-one match. You things are more than that feeling of keeping your opponent further down for the 3 count. Appreciate the efforts. What a great match.
Okay, so Austin Rage has pulled off an impressive victory over NXT superstar Johnny Gargano, but has that been enough to earn Austin Rage a WWE contract? Let's find out as Triple H speaks to Austin Rage backstage. That was quite impressive, Austin, defeating a superstar of the caliber of Johnny Gargano. Keep doing that, and the sky is the limit for you. Now, you are still pretty green in the ring, so you will need quite some time in the WWE Performance Center. But I think we can work out a WWE contract for you if you would just follow me to my office. Welcome to the WWE. Alright, so Austin Rage, after defeating NXT superstar Johnny Gargano, has indeed earned himself a WWE contract. Now he's going to be spending a little bit more time than some of his fellow WITM graduates at the Performance Center, as he did not join WITM until Season 5, which would have been about January 2019 or so, when he confronted Andrew and challenged him to a match at WrestleMania for the WITM Cruiserweight Championship. Or rather, for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship that would be retained by Andrew Spudstrong. And now, before we get into the WITM Indie matches that we have for you in this episode, we have another backstage segment. This time it features 2 of our featured heavyweights, DJ Rage and Dalton Roush, as DJ Rage confronts Dalton backstage. Dalton, could I ask you something real quick before the show? So, how do I put this? You and I are from the same town, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And well, you're kind of a local hero there, being a movie star and all. So I know you have multiple homes in Grand Rapids. I was wondering if maybe I could crash in one of them just until I get back on my feet. Dalton responds, I don't understand. You don't have family or anybody that will take you in? What happened? DJ Rage responds, well, a few years ago, I left home and met the wrong people. Before long, we started robbing banks. And we were good at it too. My job was making sure the getaway was clean and that we got the crew and the cash out of there as quickly as possible. But one day, we took on a score a bit too big for us, and we got caught. Everyone got thrown in prison, and I received a lighter sentence in exchange for cooperation with the police. Now that I'm out of prison, there isn't a business in the world that will hire me, and I can't bring myself to call my family or friends after I ran away from home to become a bank robber. So here I am in WITM, a place that will give anyone ready to put in the work a chance to become a professional wrestler. And I live in my car, only making enough money to eat ramen noodles, shower and work out at Planet Fitness, and drive from show to show. So unfortunately, I'm at my wit's end here, and I have no choice but to ask you for help. Can you help me? Dalton responds, I'm not sure how I feel about a bank robber staying in my expensive home. But I have a nice apartment downtown in Grand Rapids. Bit of a freeze there. Anyway. But I have a nice apartment downtown in Grand Rapids that you can use for now, just as long as you don't mind, and one of my bodyguards from Hollywood staying right outside the door at all times. But please, reach out to your family and show them all the hard work that you've put in here in WITM. And hopefully one day they can forgive you and help you get back on your feet until you sign with a major wrestling company and can repay them. DJ Rage responds. If the screen will load, there we go. Thank you so much, Dalton. You have no idea how much this means to me. I won't forget it. Alright, so of course we know in the future in WITM Season 5, Dalton Roush and DJ Rage are a tag team known as the Bank Robbers that go on to win the Raw Tag Team Champions, but right now they're just two heavyweights in the WITM Indie hoping to make their way to the WWE or another major promotion. This is like Dalton Roush, the Hollywood actor turned professional wrestler, is obviously doing well for himself. Well, the money he's made from Hollywood, but DJ Rage, we found out a lot of his backstory. He doesn't just play a bank robber in the WWE, he was an actual bank robber. And of course, since he and his crew got caught, he doesn't have much money to live on, and so he has asked his fellow indie wrestler Dalton Roush for some help and a place to crash for the time being. Dalton Roush saying, I can help you for now, but please reach out to your family. Of course, we know at this point in time that Dalton Roush and DJ Rage are cousins, but they are not aware of the fact yet, so I have to see how long it takes them to realize that they are indeed family. But now we turn attention to our in-ring action for the WITM Indie. I'm going to kick things off in a big way with two WITM matches for you. It starts off with that man you just saw backstage, Dalton Roush taking on Drago Lycan, another creation of WITM board member Aaron, who are going to be seeing compete for the first time. And then in our second indie match of the episode, third altogether, we are going to see AOT Master in action once again, and he's going to be taking on another superstar that I created myself that we have yet to see compete in the form of former World Heavyweight Champion James Collison, the ex-Soldier. So let's get our first match underway. It's going to see the premier talent Dalton Roush taking on Drago Lycan in singles action.
Hey, yo, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 385 pounds, the Dragon, Drago Z.
Get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yeah. Don't turn it out till it get no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and I'm gonna see it go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me to the core and makes me stronger than before. It's not a question about trust, but
You can feel the electricity.
There's a bell. This match is underway between two powerhouses.
And I can't help but get
Dalton Roush has been climbing up the rankings and been on a bit of roll as of late. This is the first time we see the absolute monster. They definitely take some inspiration from Braun Strowman, Drago Lake, and the creation of WITM board member Aaron in action. He's been around since the beginning of WITM. There's a running knee in the corner from Dalton and a stomp to the leg. Dalton picked up an impressive victory last week over another creation of Aaron's, Loopy Dippy. How will he fare against the powerhouse Drago Lake?
He's taking some offense. With these two guys, we all knew this was going to be an all.
There's some impressive power of his own from Dalton Roush. There's a stomp to the back, and Drago will avoid the other and catch with an elbow strike, but that barely phases Dalton. Lakin forced to his feet. There's an Irish whip into the corner. And so far it has been all Dalton Roush. Will he be able to easily defeat another creation of Aaron's here? So he goes for a brain buster, but very tough to do to a man the stature of Drago Lake, who finally gets some offense in this matchup. There's a kick to the back. Drago looking to make quick work of Dalton Roush. He's able to power out right away.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Dalton now up to his feet as Drago perhaps going for a choke slam. That's going to be a massive gut punch to the chest of Dalton.
Just a step.
Dalton reversing the punch with his own and already connecting with the Baby Rock Bottom, the signature move of Dalton that put away Loopy Dippy in the previous episode. But it's only going to be a 1.5 count for Drago Lakin, and Dalton in shock that was not enough to win him another match. There's a reversal by Lakin and a stomp to the knee. Dalton forced to his feet. Reverses an elbow straight with one of his own. Forces Drago down to the canvas and now to his feet. There's an Irish whip into the corner. Double knees to the back of Drago. And now Dalton goes for cover. Powered out by Lakin.
Too early in the match to end it. He's not looking like himself here. He's going to want to make sure this doesn't snowball out of control. Let's not get ahead of ourselves,
There's a reversal by Dalton. And there is the side of a bullet finisher from Dalton Roush. Will this be enough to put Drago Lakin away? Yes, it will. It's going to be another quick and impressive victory for Dalton Roush over another creation of Aaron's. This time, a victory over Drago Lakin.
Here is your winner, Dalton.
Nicely done. Picking up the win here. Wow, I can't believe the amount of punishment that had to be inflicted in order for those shoulders to stay down. Guys, it sounds like we can all agree that was an extremely impressive win.
Well, it's midnight, them rival wound up too tight.
Okay, now it's time for our second indie match of the episode and of August 2016, Week 1. This time is going to see the powerhouse Yacht Master who put on a dominant performance in our our second episode of Chapter 2 over Dalton Roush and DJ Rage, competing in just the second match of his career and his first one-on-one match, take on a man who has been in WITM, the indie, since the beginning, but this is the first time we see him in a matchup, is the former WITM World Heavyweight Champion and former U.S. Army soldier James Collison in action. Let's get this match underway.
Making his way to the ring from Fort Wayne, Indiana, weighing in at 224 pounds, James Collins.
Get ready, guys. Big-time singles matches coming up here.
And I can assure you these two superstars have been waiting all day to get their hands on each other.
And his opponent, from your darkest fears, weighing in at 270 pounds, AOT Masters.
There is an absolutely big fight feel in the arena tonight for this one.
Yeah, and judging from the vibe here currently, it seems to me like this is the one this sold-out crowd came to see.
There's the bell. This match is underway. AI Master, the man who says he wants to inflict as much pain as possible to his opponents and destroy people's idols. Now he finds himself facing a former U.S. Army soldier, a veteran, and a former WITM World Heavyweight Champion, and the former of James Collison. So huge test here for AI Master as he competes in the very first one-on-one singles match of his career, though he does have a victory a few months ago in a triple threat match over Degenerates and Dalton Roush. There's a kick to the chest by AI Master, and a huge clothesline is going to send Collison outside, and AI Master will go after him. Now they fight at ringside with a Russian leg sweep reversal for Collison as he heads back inside the ring. Collison now taunting his opponent as Master heads back inside the ring. Collison with a reverse neck breaker and a stomp to the back, and now Collison with a submission locked in, targeting the head of AI Master.
Completely locked in.
He's locked in well, but Master is able to break the hold.
He was out of this one.
Master with a huge backbreaker. And now it's Collison heading to the outside as Master will turn the favor and taunt Collison. And they once again will fight on the outside. There's a kick to the back. Collison forced to his feet.
Offense here, but that's to be expected.
Master wants to bring this match back inside the ring, or actually no, ramming the head of Collison on the edge of that apron. And now what does Master have in mind? Slamming the head of Collison on the top of those steel steps, really punishing that head of Collison using that ringside environment. And now double knees to the back of Collison.
This match appear to be dwindling in a hurry.
Master, you're really using the outside of the ring to his advantage. Now he has Collison up against the steel barricade. Carlson returned the favor, sending Master into the steel steps and maybe getting a victory via countout here as we're at a count of 8 and Master still laying on the ground. Master up to his feet, but it's going to be too little too late. It's going to be a quick victory for James Carlson.
Look, folks.
Here is your winner, James Collins.
The ref had no choice here but to end this one via countout.
Man, I'll tell you, going out like that is a tough pill to swallow.
Okay, and here are your results and rankings update for August 2011, Week 1. Jamie Love defeated Ellen Foster, and our first indie match of the episode, Dalton Roush picked up a quick and decisive victory over Drago Lycan. The Nightmare Drake defeated Tyson Adams in non-title action. And a six-man tag, the Bikers and the Cruiserweight champion Boston Dippy defeated La Tormenta and Kalina Mahi I. Monique Simmons defeated the Queen Kitty. And our second indie match of the episode, James Carlson picked up a countout victory over Ayat Master, who had a rookie mistake, spending too much time attacking Carlson on the outside. Carlson would recover, Irish whip Master into the steel steps. Master would not be able to get back to the ring in time, and Carlson picked up the quick countout victory, with Master making a rookie mistake in just his first one-on-one singles match of his career. And former tag team champions collided in the main event, with Eric Garrity defeating Jason Starr. Now, does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The WITM Cruiserweight champion is Boston Dippy. Number 1 contender, Eric Garrity. Number 2, Akimba Oni. Number 3, Jason Starr. Number 4, Maximus Blackburn. The tag team champions are the Texas Revolution. Number 1 contenders, the Bikers. Number 2, the European Union. Number 3, Heavy Metal. Number 4, La Tormenta. The women's champion is Chelsea Blackburn. Number 1 contender, Jamie Love. Number 2, Monique Simmons. Number 3, Ellen Foster. Number 4, the Queen Kitty. World Heavyweight Champion is the Nightmare Drake. James Carlson is the number 1 contender. Dalton Roush, with his streak of wins, moves all the way up to number 2. Definitely in the World Heavyweight station. Number 7, Kalina Mahi I. Number 8, Drago Lycan. Number 9, Ayat Master. Now we advance to Week 2. Will we see any of our 3 remaining featured superstars in Chapter 2 compete? Okay, and we do indeed have a WITM match for you here in Week 2 of August 2016, as is going to see the Premier Talent take on the U.S. Army veteran James Carlson, who we just saw easily defeat Ayat Master. Both men coming off big wins last week that made them number 1 and number 2, respectively, in the WITM World Heavyweight title rankings, which means that this match will be a number 1 contenders match, with the winner going on to face the WITM World Heavyweight Champion, the Nightmare Drake, next week, with the WITM World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Carlson, a former champion, the man that Drake defeated to win the title. Dalton looking for his first piece of WITM gold. Which man will get that title opportunity next week? Let's find out and get this match underway.
to the ring from Fort Wayne, Indiana, weighing in at 224 pounds, James Collins. His opponent from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 257 pounds, Dalton.
I got a fist full of whiskey, the bottle just bit me. That shit makes me batshit crazy. We got no fear, no doubt.
There's the bell. This #1 contenders match is underway. Which of these two men will go on to face the Nightmare Drake for the World Heavyweight title next week? Will it be the premier talent Dalton Roush coming in as the #2 contender, or the former World Heavyweight champion James Collison coming in at #1? Both men coming off of dominant victories last week, with James Collison easily defeating AOT Master via countout, and Dalton Roush easily defeating. Test of strength in the corner as the referee has to separate them, and now Dalton forces Collison up against the ropes, and they will again be broken up by the official with no foul play taking place. Dalton with a huge power slam. A reversal by Collison. Collison went for a neck breaker. Dalton reversed into a crossbody, trying to get that title shot right away and getting a 1 count very early on. But this match will continue. There's a kick to the back. Collison with a clothesline against send Dalton crashing on the outside. And Collison will go after him there. Last time Collison fought on the outside, he picked up a count out victory. Will it be more of the same here? There's a DDT to the head of Dalton. And a series of strikes to the gut of Dalton on the outside. Dalton goes for a kick. Reversed by Collison with a clothesline. Now they trade blows on the outside. Here comes Dalton with a huge side kick. Dalton sent back into the ring, joined by Collison.
He's starting to
Collison with a punch to the throat of Dalton and a reversal gut punch by Dalton. Now up into the corner and running knee connects.
sometimes momentum
Stop to the chest.
That's what he wants to avoid it.
Dalton.
Somewhat early still, but this could be a
DDT.
in this match, guys. Let's see how he reacts.
Now forces Collison to his
I believe
feet.
this one's over.
What a stomp. Good grief. Oh my goodness.
Dalton.
In a bad way.
With a submission targeting the arm of Collison. Collison quickly is able to break that up, but Now Dalton is going to turn attention to the other arm. He's going to bend the fingers back as far as he can. That definitely has to be painful. And neutralizes some of the power of Carlson. There's a stomp back to that arm, and Dalton really trying to utilize technical offense and wear down the arms of Carlson early on, and yet again going back to the arm and elbow of Carlson. And Carlson is finally able to reverse. There's a stomp to the chest. Dalton forced to his feet. Elbow strike to the head. Irish up into the corner. And Dalton reverses with an elbow strike of his own. And connects with a baby rock bottom. The signature maneuver of Dalton. Is he about to line himself up for a title match next week? No. Very nearly does. But Carlson powers at 2.5. Dalton in shock as this match will continue. There's a reverse DDT by Dalton. Now Carlson forced to his feet. And reversal by Carlson.
Hooked up and
Reversal by Dalton into a DDT. Carlson seated in the corner. Dalton is going to take some time to recover himself. And now stomps him in the chest, taking advantage of Carlson's position. Now Dalton lifting Carlson up and plunging him into the knee. And now lifts him back up and will do it again. Now Dalton looking for the side of a bullet.
It's nothing we haven't seen him overcome in the past.
oh, nasty impact.
And that will connect. Will lead Dalton to a title match next week versus the Nightmare Drake for the heavyweight title. No, Carlson powers out at 2 even earlier than he did before, surprisingly. And Dalton now asks himself what it will take to win this match and earn a heavyweight title match next week. Now Dalton back on the technical offense, this time targeting the leg of James Carlson and the ankle.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
And a reversal by Carlson with a kick to the gut. And a massive elbow strike to the face. Now it's Carlson looking for a finisher of his own.
Great job escaping, trying to turn.
That's going to be reversed by Dalton. Roush. Carlson can't seem to have any sustained momentum in this matchup. He's going to have to turn that around if he is to earn that title match next week and a chance to recapture the World Heavyweight.
This might not but does he have enough energy left to get back on the offensive?
GDT connects.
He's playing with him.
Dalton again for the second time in this match looking for his side of a bullet. If it connects, this may earn Dalton that title match. And for the second time in the match, it does. Dalton immediately goes for cover. And that will be enough to put away James Carlson and earn Dalton a title opportunity next week versus Nightmare Drake with the World Heavyweight title on the line.
Here is your winner, Dalton.
Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for August 2016, Week 2. Eric Garrity picked up a non-title victory over Boston Dippy. Since he was already the number 1 contender prior to this match, that will be enough to earn Eric Garrity a Cruiserweight title match against Boston Dippy next week. Speaking of champions, the WITM Heavyweight Champion, the Nightmare Drake, defeated Loopy Dippy. Clean Omahi I defeated Matt Olson. The WITM Women's Champion Chelsea Blackburn continues her dominant reign as the Women's Champion, this time defeating Jamie Love. Dalton Roush earned himself a WITM World Heavyweight Championship match against the Nightmare Drake next week by defeating James Collison. Heavy Metal defeated La Tormenta, and in the main event, Monique Simmons defeated Ellen Foster. How does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The WITM Cruiserweight Champion is Boston Dippy, number 1 contender, and his opponent next week for the title, Eric Garrity. Number 2, Ikemba Oni. Number 3, Jason Starr. Number 4, Maximus Blackburn. The WITM Tag Team Champions are the Texas Revolution. Number 1 contenders, the Bikers. Number 2, Heavy Metal. Number 3, the European Union. And number 4, La Tormenta. The WITM Women's Champion is Chelsea Blackburn. Number 1 contender, Monique Simmons. Number 2, Jamie Love. Number 3, Ellen Foster. And number 4, the Queen Kitty. And the WITM World Heavyweight Champion is the Nightmare Drake. Number 1 contender, Dalton Roush. Number 2, James Collison. Number 3, Tyson Adams. Number 4, DJ Rage. Number 5, Loopy Dippy. Number 6, Clean Mahi I. Number 7, Matt Olson. Number 8, Drago Lakin. And number 9, Ayat Master. Now we advance to Week 3. We know that Dalton Roush will be competing against Nightmare Drake for the WITM World Heavyweight Championship. Will we see Ayat Master and or DJ Rage in action as well? Let's find out. Okay, so unfortunately, Ayat Master and DJ Rage are not scheduled to compete this week, but we do still have this huge main event for you, as the premier talent Dalton Roush will look to become the first featured WITM member to capture the WITM World Heavyweight Championship, as he takes on creation of WITM board member Aaron, the Nightmare Drake, with the WITM World Heavyweight title on the line, and this title match will be contested inside of a steel cage, so the match can be won by either escaping the cage via climbing the cage and reaching the floor, escaping through the door and reaching the floor, or pinning or submitting your opponent. Will Dalton Roush hold his first gold of his career after his impressive and keep his impressive winning streak alive, or will the Nightmare Drake, who has had an impressive reign himself, retain the title 2 or 3 times since becoming champion, remain the World Heavyweight Champion? Let's find out and get this huge title matchup underway. It's the Nightmare Drake defending the WITM World Heavyweight title versus the premier talent Dalton Roush inside of a steel cage.
The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Some choosing the fuel and flames, but they looking like fools today. If the youth decay, focused eyes, time conquer fear. New ideas, see these kids, pioneers for future years. Vision's clear, what this is hope, this is hope. New ideas, see these kids, pioneers for future years. Vision's clear, what this is hope, conquer fear. New ideas, see these kids, pioneers for future years. Vision's clear, what this is hope, this is hope. New ideas, see these kids, pioneers for future years. Vision's clear, what this is hope. Like they sing in Liverpool, you never walk alone. Any girl, any fella from a broken home. Anyone neglected in a war zone. Lost every road and was forced to roam. Steady spoke in the warmest tones. Kept hope as a cornerstone. From these gifts we all they grow. I quit spinning in more proponents like cornerstones to stop the hate swelling. Still see pain unlocked away, fellas. Still need change and lots of rebelling. Use brains, we got to be headed in the right direction.
Introducing the challenger from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 257 pounds, Dalton. Introducing the champion from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 241 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the Nightmare, Drake.
If you didn't think about moving, you better apologize.
And there is a prize on the line. Dalton Roush can become the first featured WITM member to hold that title. We've had WITM featured members hold the tag titles and the Cruiserweight title. But we have yet to see one hold the World Heavyweight Championship, and Dalton wasting no time. He's charging right at the defending champion, Nightmare Drake. Dalton has a very good track record so far this month. These past few months over creations of WITM board member Aaron, where he scored another easy victory over one of Aaron's creations and become World Heavyweight Champion as he's looking to end this match right here, right now. Starting to ascend the cage, but brought down by the defending champion Drake as he goes in a amount of punches. I believe this is the first steel cage match in WITM history as well. There's no better time and place to do it than here in the main event with the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. There's Dalton with a shoulder block. Reversal by Drake. And Dalton reverses with an elbow.
Sold out in record time and a lot of
Another reversal by Drake.
this match
This
is easily one of the most anticipated.
Now Dalton dragged closer to center ring.
Memory.
Drake goes back into mounted punches.
Ooh, what impact!
Dalton reverses with an arm drag. And an axe handle to the back. And a punch to the back, but Drake is going to evade that and connect with the elbow strike of his own and several strikes to the chest. Dalton forced back to his feet, reverses with an elbow strike, goes for the cross body, evaded by Drake. Strip into the corner. And a knee to the chest of Dalton is going to send him seated into the corner. Very bad position to be in. And Drake will just launch him across the ring.
He doesn't want to absorb much more punishment if he wants to win this match.
Dalton now forced to his feet.
Didn't show. Maybe it's me, but I really expected more from him here tonight in this steel cage match.
By the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar. And Drake pulling out one of his signature maneuvers there with this Suplex City. Now looking to retain the title. And couldn't quite hear what the count was, but Dalton powered out, I believe, about 2. And Drake in shock that was not enough to retain his championship. But he will now try to win via escaping the cage as Dalton still lying down. Now Dalton sees what Drake is doing and is going to rise to his feet and try to knock him down. Drake is able to kick him away. Now can he get to that other side before Dalton comes back to his senses? No, he's still struggling to get to the top of that cage. Dalton will try again to get him down. And this time he will be successful.
Champs on the defensive now.
With the back body drop into the canvas.
I wouldn't call for the medics.
Now Dalton will try to ascend the cage himself.
This is
as
exactly
Drake
the opening his
recovers
opponent was looking for. It
quickly
wasn't easy to
and gets to
find,
his
but
feet.
he found it.
Dalton will try to fight him off. Dalton struggling, but is able to kick Drake away. Can he get to the top of that cage? No, Dalton realizes that Drake is still on his feet, and instead will head back into the ring and eat another massive suplex. Dalton now getting fired up, trying to get the WITM fans behind him as he looks to become the World Heavyweight Champion, and now goes for his comeback sequence. Of course, we know that Dalton has held later on in his WWE career, goes on to become a world champion, holding the WITM Universal title, or rather the WWE Universal title. Can he hold heavyweight here in WITM as well? Dalton is going for the Baby Rock bottom signature maneuver. That would be reversed by Nightmare Drake, who now plunges the hand of Dalton into the top turnbuckle.
I agree, the champion is used to the
Send Dalton crashing to the canvas. Drake forces him back to his feet.
Nature at this point.
Boom, what impact!
Now onto the ropes. And Drake plunges the head of Dalton onto the side of the steel steps, and he just gave Dalton the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I believe that's a win for Dalton. That is considered escaping the cage. And the match is continuing.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest.
No, because Dalton was still lying on the cage. Apparently that did not count as escaping the cage. Because Dalton did not touch the floor, Drake is going to simply walk to the entrance ramp and retain his WITM World Heavyweight title. Very interesting finish to that matchup.
Many are stained with souls corrupt. Hope they locate change when old enough. A message that I got when growing up. Drinking smoke pot till you're throwing up. So is the world getting cold at night? Then I look where them soldiers are. Wonder why I just wrote that bar. Where we live in this poles apart. With open hearts I see people building a bridge to the world. Feed some children.
Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for Week 3 of August 2016. Jamie Love defeated Ellen Foster. Kalina Mahiai defeated Tyson Adams. Monique Simmons defeated the Queen Kitty. The European Union defeated the Bikers. Boston Dippy retained his Cruiserweight Championship over Eric Garrity. Maximus Blackburn defeated Jason Starr. And in a wild finish to this matchup, the Nightmare Drake powerbombing Dalton Roush onto one of the walls of the steel cage, but because Dalton landed on this steel and didn't technically escape the cage because he was lying on it, Drake was just able to simply walk over the fence onto the entrance ramp and the floor and retain the WITM Heavyweight title. I have never seen that before in all my years of playing WWE games. Very interesting, a finish to that World title match that saw the Nightmare Drake with yet another retention of his World Heavyweight title. And now we turn attention to rankings. How affected by this week? The WITM Cruiserweight Champion remains Boston Dippy. Number 1 contender Oni. Number 2 Maximus Blackburn. Number 3 Eric Garrity. Number 4 Jason Starr. WITM Tag Team Champions are the Texas Revolution. Number contenders European Union. Number 2 the Bikers. Number 3 Heavy Metal. And number 4 La Tormenta. The WITM Women's Champion is Chelsea Blackburn. Number contender Jamie Love. Number 2 Monique Simmons. Number 3 Ellen Foster. Number 4 the Queen Kitty. And the WITM World Heavyweight Champion is the Nightmare Drake. Number contender James Collison. Number 2 Dalton Roush. Right behind Dalton Roush is DJ Rage, who is up to number 3. Number 4 Kalina Mahiai. Number 5 Tyson Adams. Number 6 Loopy Dippy. Number 7 Matt Olson. Number 8 Drago Lakin. And number 9 Ayat Master. Now we advance to our 4th and final week of this episode. Will we see Dalton Roush trying to recover from this World Heavyweight title loss, DJ Rage, or Ayat Master in action? Let's find out. Okay, so we do have one final match for you in this episode. It is going to be a fatal 4-way match between Maximus Blackburn of the Cruiserweight division taking on 3 heavyweights, Ayat Master, Dalton Roush looking to recover from his World Heavyweight title loss last week with that wild finish in the steel cage. And then the man who defeated him to retain the title, the WITM World Heavyweight Champion, the Nightmare Drake. So let's get this match underway.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from the other side of darkness, weighing in at 190 pounds, Maximus Blackburn.
Deep inside me, demons inside me, vision blurs. The horrors that I see, the hell that surrounds me, and it burns. The voices that I hear come out of nowhere, so clear. Words that consume me, the monster works through me, it returns. No matter how I try to hide, there's no disguise. Pursuing, it breathes its life in me.
And his opponent, first, from your darkest fears, weighing in at 270 pounds, AOT Masters. And from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 241 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Nightmare Drake.
Role models ain't grip that gun. We march into a different drum. Drugs will bring you a fist of funds, but make your journey a twisted one. Just begun to see duties change. Seek truth that pursued in fame. Some choosing is fueled in flames, but they looking like fools today if the youth decay. Focused eyes, time to retrain, mobilize. The more ways being pulverized. Got a new table to roll that dice. In a demon, it's like a
There's the bell. This fatal 4-way match is underway.
Cole, I can very easily see any one of these 4 participants winning.
Champion and Maximus Blackburn, now a member of the Cruiserweight division. And then 2 of our featured WITM members, Dalton, Roush, and AOT Master. Of course, if Roush, Master, or Blackburn can pin or submit the Nightmare Drake, that could go a long way to getting them a future title opportunity. Of course, Dalton Roush would love revenge for that wild ending to the Steel Cage World title match last week if he could pin or submit the Nightmare Drake. But right now his target is the Cruiserweight Maximus Blackburn, competing in his first heavyweight division match in quite some time, as AOT Master and Drake fight inside the ring. Both Dalton Roush and AOT Master are very much in the title picture of the title division, so I would love to pin or submit Drake and get that 2 spots up in the ring, so that could line them up for a future title match. Of course, this is a no DQ, no count-out match, so Blackburn and Roush can find the outside as long as they want, and Blackburn taking advantage of that, forcing Dalton on the barricade. Meanwhile, Drake with a massive clothesline inside the ring goes for cover. Master powers out right away. Master looking to recover from his embarrassing loss via count-out to James Carlson a couple of weeks ago. Otherwise, he's looked pretty dominant in that ring. Roush using that ringside environment to wear down Blackburn, ramming his head into the ring post, but Master goes for cover on the defending champion, and he powers out at 1. Now Master turns attention to the other featured WIT member in this match, Dalton Roush. He's going to take Dalton out for some time as Drake has Master on the ropes, and now Drake and Blackburn, the temporary alliance, to wear down the powerhouse AOT Master. Now Dalton will turn attention back to him with a submission maneuver, targeting the head of Master, and it's locked in well. Drake is going to try to break that up, but Master is able to do so under his own power. Master now on the ropes as Dalton chops away at Drake.
He's looking at it.
Drake trying to send Dalton to Suplex City as he did last week, but Dalton saw it coming this time and was able to reverse. Dalton with a suplex of his own.
Something big planned. He's in big trouble.
Dalton telling the World Heavyweight Champion to bring it. He wants revenge from last week, and sends Drake crashing on the outside and will go after him.
Could be dangerous.
Meanwhile, Master stomping away at Maximus Blackburn.
He might have it.
Master sneaking death punch. Indeed he is. That connects. The signature move of AOT Master. And that's going to be broken up at 1.5 by the Nightmare Drake, who eats a gun stun for his efforts. Can Master pin the World Heavyweight Champion? No, Dalton's there to break that up at 1.5. Otherwise, we could have seen a huge non-title victory for AOT Master, who lays out Dalton Roush. All 3 opponents now down on the ground. Great opportunity here for AOT Master.
Seen in quite some time. From the looks of things,
Connects with the backstab. And there's a stomp to the back. Master pinning down one of the hands of Drake, and now stomping away at the hand. Blackburn's back into the ring. Master connects with a huge power slam to him. Master yet again just laying waste to his opponents. Dalton Roush back to the ring, and Blackburn's back to his feet. Blackburn now hitting his signature maneuver on AOT Master, sending him crashing down into the canvas. Now stomps away. Meanwhile, Dalton goes back after the World Heavyweight Champion and connects with a baby rock bottom and signature maneuver. Drake pretty much no-sells it and gets right back on his feet. Dalton with a huge power slam. Blackburn with a beautiful enziguri to Master. Drake sent outside. Blackburn connects with a Russian leg sweep, and now with all 3 opponents down, here's an opportunity for Maximus Blackburn.
He has got to fight back.
Clearly, they're both running on fumes right now. And at this point...
Submission maneuver locked in, the finisher of Blackburn.
You don't get stretched like that and expect to walk.
Dalton, I believe, got out under his own power there. Master's going to send Blackburn crashing on the outside, and now taunts his opponents. Both Drake and Master heading outside.
This can go a variety of different ways, Corey. And almost
Does Master
none of
have
them
a mind
are good.
here? It doesn't matter. Some of his back gave out to him. Gave out on him as he was trying to lift Drake somewhere. And now Drake sends him crashing into the ring apron.
One person could take.
As Dalton and Blackburn both get back to their feet, and now all four men back inside the ring.
This could be it.
Dalton looking for that for a powerbomb into a cover to Blackburn, and very nearly gets the victory, but now he'll go for a Boston Crab. Submission maneuver. It's been broken up by Blackburn. Master with a wicked submission to the Nightmare Drake. Dalton trying to take advantage of Master's offense now, going back after the champion. And that's Master and Roush, our two featured members, fighting each other. Dalton going for his comeback sequence, looking for a free baby rock bottom submission maneuver. And he'll give it. Great opportunity now for Dalton Roush with all three opponents down. Of course, he'll go back after the heavyweight champion. He's going to head to the outside and try to regroup, and now he's on the attack, going for the mounted punches.
This is it.
And Blackburn now hitting his signature maneuver, the repeated gut punches. It's going to send Dalton crashing into a canvas.
You don't succeed.
Drake now turns his attention to Blackburn as Master and Dalton
He's fighting back.
both trying to recover here. Headbutt by Drake to Blackburn. Master's back into the ring as Drake just shoves Blackburn aside and now goes for a finisher. I believe was looking for an F5, but reversed by Blackburn. Master with a wicked move to the ankles of Dalton, and I believe Master sinking death punch. No, it's going to be the backstabber rather. Great opportunity for Master with all three opponents down. He's going to go for the gun stun, even though he's caught by that rope. And Dalton is able to reverse. Otherwise, we may have seen a victory for Master. Master now lifts Dalton high into the air and connects with the European uppercut. That's going to bust open Dalton. Master now targeting the leg of Dalton by slamming his knee to the back of Dalton's knee. Now goes for cover. This will be broken up by Blackburn at 1.5.
Great job escaping.
Master and Blackburn fighting now, and Master just simply tossing Blackburn on the outside. And now he will go after him there as Drake and Dalton fight inside the ring. Reversal by Dalton. Drake forced to his feet, as is Blackburn. And Drake now sent to the ring apron. Dalton heads to the outside.
These superstars have tried everything.
As Master connects with a body splash to the head of Maximus Blackburn, dangling over the apron. And all four men now outside. Dalton and Drake fighting each other on the outside, Master and Blackburn. Drake now. Dalton is going to return the favor and bust open the Nightmare Drake. You can see it under the face paint. But these two men are likely now rivals, following that wild finish last week in the heavyweight title match in a steel cage.
There's got to be some point in the match where those thoughts start to creep in that could be over. And then you got to dig down deep.
See that rivalry starting to build even more tonight. Meanwhile, Master continues to dish out punishment to Maximus Blackburn as Dalton rams the bloodied head of Drake into the ring apron. Reversal by Drake. Master, meanwhile, with a stomp to the back of Blackburn. Now trying to gouge the eyes out of Blackburn. There is no limit for Master when it comes to inflicting punishment on his opponents. Never seen him do that before. Poking the eyes of Maximus Blackburn, just absolutely punishing him. Now busting open Blackburn. This match has turned into a bloodbath. Dalton sends Master rolling to the outside and now has an opportunity here with all three opponents down, and will try to capitalize with a baby rock bottom. Now drags Blackburn closer to center ring and goes for cover. And somehow Blackburn, after all that punishment he's taken, is going to be able to power out a 2. There's a reversal by Blackburn. Running clothesline connects. Dalton forced back to his feet. Drake now back into the ring. Inadvertently saves Dalton there by going after Blackburn, who had him on the apron. Master, though, finishing the job by plunging the blade head of Dalton onto the edge of the apron. Now they'll fight on the outside. Dalton's back to the ring now, very heavily bleeding. You have to wonder if Dalton might be at risk for injury here. Meanwhile, Blackburn nearly pinning the World Heavyweight Champion. As Dalton connects with the side of a bullet to Blackburn. Great opportunity here with Master and Drake distracted on the outside. Somehow the referee hesitating to start the count. Not sure why, but Master is going to have more than enough time to break that up. As Dalton connects with a power slam to Master and now taunts him. Drake takes Maximus Blackburn to Suplex City.
This has been their walk after that attack to the back. He's running on fumes here. Does he have...
Dalton is going to connect with the side of a bullet. Another great opportunity for Dalton Roush. All 3 men down. He's going to try to pin the World Heavyweight Champion. Drake powers out at 2. What is it going to take for one of these men to pick out a victory? Pull out a victory here. All 4 men have taken massive amounts of punishment, but refuse to stay down. Master now heads back to the ring as Dalton struggles to get to his feet. Drake now goes for cover. And it's going to be the Nightmare Drake pick up a non-title victory. All 3 of his opponents failing to get the non-title victory over him, and the World Heavyweight Champion Nightmare Drake does more momentum as champion.
Remember this?
Many are stained with souls corrupt. Hope they locate change when old enough. A message that I got when growing up. Drinking smoke pot till you're throwing up. So is the world getting cold enough? Then I look where them soldiers saw. Wonder why I just wrote that bar. Where we live in this
Here is your winner, the Nightmare Drake.
New life leads to millions. Fight evil and be resilient. Role models ain't grip that gun. We march into a different drum. Drugs will bring you a fist of funds, but make your journey a twisted one. Just begun to see duties change. Seek truth that pursued in fame. Some choosing to fuel in flames, but they looking like fools today if the youth decay. Focused eyes, time to retrain, mobilize. The more ways been pulverized. Got a new table to roll that dice.
Okay, and here are your final results and rankings update for August 2016, Week 4. We start things off with a WITM Tag Team title match as the Texas Revolution defended against the European Union. And we have new WITM Tag Team champions. The European Union gained the victory over the champions Texas Revolution to become the new WITM Tag Team champions. And it's a good night for the European Union as their manager, Ellen Foster, defeated the WITM Women's Champion Chelsea Blackburn in non-title action. James Collison defeated Tyson Adams. The Bikers defeated the random team of 2 heavyweights, Cleo Mahi-Ai and Matt Olson. And our final match we just witnessed, Nightmare Drake, the WITM Heavyweight Champion, got the non-title victory over Maximus Blackburn with no decision for Master or Dalton Roush. La Tormenta defeated Heavy Metal. And in the main event, Jimmy Love defeated Monique Simmons. And how does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The Cruiserweight Champion is Boston Dippy. Number contender, Ikemba Oni. Number 2, Eric Garrity. Number 3, Maximus Blackburn. And number 4, Jason Starr. The WITM Tag Team Champions are the European Union. Number contenders, the Bikers. Number 2, La Tormenta. Number 3, Heavy Metal. And number 4, the Texas Revolution. The WITM Women's Champion is Chelsea Blackburn. Number 1 contender, Jamie Love. Number 2, Ellen Foster. Number 3, the Queen Kitty. And number 4, Monique Simmons. The WITM World Heavyweight Champion is Nightmare Drake. Number 1 contender, James Collison. Number 2, Dalton Roush. Number 3, DJ Rage. Number 4, Loopy Dippy. Number 5, Clean Mahi I. Number 6, Tyson Adams. Number 7, Drago Lakin. Number 8, Matt Olson. And number 9, Ayot Master. So normally this is where I would sign off and end the episode. However, we have another backstage segment featuring Dalton Roush and DJ Rage, as DJ Rage follows up on Dalton Roush's advice to reach out to his family, as Rage is currently living in one of Dalton Roush's Grand Rapids apartments as he tries to get back on his feet. So, in a moment, we'll head backstage and listen in and hear what they have to say. Okay, so at the beginning of the episode, we found out a bit of DJ Rage's background. He left his family at a young age and fell in with the wrong crowd and became a bank robber. However, eventually a bank robbery went bad. DJ Rage and his crew was arrested. DJ Rage gave up the rest of the crew in return for a lighter sentence, and then tried to turn his life around and become a professional wrestler here in WITM. He was living out of his car for a while before he eventually broke down and asked someone else from his hometown, another wrestler from his hometown by the name of Dalton Roush, for a place to stay. And Dalton said that he would allow that, but in return he wanted DJ Rage to reach out to his family. Well, now here about a month later, DJ Rage approaches Dalton Roush with some news. Let's hear what he has to say. Dalton, I know you're probably going to want to visit the doctor after that brutal match you just had, but I have some news. I called my family, specifically my dad. It turns out he watches WITM, and is thrilled that I'm trying to turn my life around and become a professional wrestler. Especially considering that back in the day, he was a wrestling legend himself, under the name Dan Rage. Just about everything I know about wrestling, I learned from him, back when I was still an innocent young kid. And he told me something interesting as well, that I have a cousin in the wrestling business around the same age as me, and his name is Dalton Roush. Alright, a bombshell drop there. How is Dalton going to respond? You're kidding. We're in the same wrestling company, and we're cousins, and we didn't even know it? I mean, I guess it makes sense. I went to acting at a young age, and that kept me really busy. So outside my parents and brother, I never really took time to hang out with or even meet most of the rest of my family. But now that we know we are cousins, maybe it's time we make up for lost time and become allies rather than competing in the same division against each other. So why don't we ask Corey or Andrew if we can become a tag team starting next week? DJ Rage responds, You read my mind, cousin, and I think I know just the right entrance and name for our tag team. And of course, fans of WITM Season 5 will know that they eventually become the Bank Robbers, and currently heading to Season 6 hold the Raw Tag Team Champions, but they have just learned that they are cousins, and starting next week in episode number 5, they will begin competing in the Indies as the tag team known as the Bank Robbers. So definitely something to look forward to in episode number 5, as Dalton Roush and DJ Rage will move from the heavyweight division to the tag team division. That is going to do it for episode number 4. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so I miss a single episode of WITM action. If you're watching via a embedded link on Facebook, be sure to like the page, leave a comment, and like the post. And until episode. Oh, and we also have a new sister channel called Core Sports Gaming. So if you're interested in seeing non-WWE related sports gaming content, head over there where we're going to be posting some MLB The Show 20 content. And now until episode number 5, where the bank robbers will begin their time as a tag team in the Indies, and we'll still see AI Master in action as well, possibly. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.